I'm sorry, this young lady first.
No problem.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever attended a Board of Finance.
Enjoying
It's very illuminating, actually. And before attending this meeting, I had no idea that there were no accountants at all on the Board of Finance. So I'm just curious as to what your professions are.
That's not quite true, actually. I believe, wasn't Mike,
Mike Peterson, I'll give you a little
Yeah.
overview. Mike Peterson, our chairman, was a former CFO of Chrysler. I happen to work as the president and chief executive officer of my company. I have a chief financial officer that reports to me. Tim's a senior vice president of People's Bank. Mike, I'm not sure.
I handle my own books.
Yeah, but you know what? You can be a CFO and have a degree in finance and not accounting. You know, and so my question is, does anybody have a degree in finance, and do any of the companies you work for have contracts with the town?
I have a degree in finance.
I mean, a degree in accounting, I'm sorry. Does anybody have a degree in
Isn't
accounting?
Mike Peterson a CPA?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he maintains his license anymore, but
Okay.
he was at one time.
Our chairman,
Yeah.
yes.
I believe
They
so.
produce the town budget though.
Okay, but do any of you work for companies that have contracts with the town?
No,
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, I don't.
I think this gentleman's first.
Yeah, a completely different thing. It's just, you have that one sample of the RFP, and I know as a former lawyer, though not accountant, I would never start with just one. I mean, I'd always have 2 or 3 to look at and see, pick out good things from this or that, and get an idea of what's normal and what's special. So I would recommend that we get more, even though it's more
I
work.
think that's exactly what will happen.
Yeah.
In the back there.
Yeah, can I just ask a question? I'm sorry, I missed some of this. You're not doing a forensic audit, correct?
We haven't decided that was discussed.
Okay, the reason I want to ask this is, during delaying reval, we had a little problem where you didn't want to delay reval, and then you started this big rally about how much more it's going to cost to the taxpayers of delaying it. We're not going to do this again with this situation where we could come out with the forensic audit, save the taxpayers money, and not say that we spent this much and now we're going to spend this much more. Are we going to go for the forensic, or we're not going to make this a political thing where we spent this much money already on the regular audit and then say to people we don't want to spend this money on a forensic now that we've already done this? Same to the same matter, why spend more money on something we've already done?
We're not saying that. We're not saying that.
Well, I'm saying during reval, you made an issue out of the extra money that would have been taken from the taxpayers.
But Gary, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well,
here.
I'm sorry, I'm not, I'm asking you, I have a disability, so I'm asking you to just explain it to me.
Okay,
Why
so-
we're not doing the forensic first, instead of wasting taxpayers' money.
Well, I wasn't sure, to be honest, I understood your question before. I do understand that question. I think the answer is the same as I said before. We did discuss a forensic audit. It hasn't been decided on whether we're even going to recommend it. The procedure, by the way, I'm not sure when you came in, would be that we're a subcommittee, we'll make a recommendation to the Board of Finance. A lot of people in the audience have requested, and passionately, I might say, a forensic audit.
Okay, we'll be
Mike
very
brought up
appreciative.
himself.
Be very appreciative, thank you.
I just want to say, it just seems that the need for independence in this investigation, to me, I look at the whole town now and wonder where the crookery stops. It's like wink, wink, nod, nod, and you want it to go away. It really sounds like you'd like to go under a rug, and you don't want to look back too far because you don't want to find it, or, broaden it.
I think my comment on that, when Mike brought that before, was that, like anything, there's a risk reward. If we go back 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you have to say to yourself, how far are you going back? Is going back 1 year the right thing to do? It may be. Is going back 2, 3, and 4, or 5 years the right thing to do? I think my suggestion was yes, that you should continue to go back until you, I guess, get to the
Because
end.
you've got the head of your committee or whatever, he's got bags of money under his couch and guns, and, I mean, this is just really tacky, and it just seems that you're dragging your heels on it.
And everyone knew about it apparently. That's
Yeah, that's it, it's
the-
just this wink, wink,
that's
nod,
the
nod, business as
clincher.
usual. I don't understand, I've never seen anything like it in public, towns, it's like, wow.
It certainly smells
Only North
bad.
Haven.
Yep.
Only North Haven.
I will accept nothing less than a full forensic audit on an as soon as possible basis.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Regarding your question as to how far to go back, I mean, just by reading the affidavit, it just seems claims that the first complaint that was made was in 2004. So, I mean, I think just by reading the affidavit, you can get at least a baseline idea of where, how far to look back. And so I would just think, they mentioned 2004, at least go back to 2004 and see what happened then.
Well, 2001 was the did you read the New Haven Register that Kevin Kopetz dismissed an ethics complaint about IRR in 2001?
In
And the
2001.
DSS money, 3 to 5 years of switching around state grants into different community service accounts,
I mean, the timeline's all over
5 years
the
at least. Gotta read the affidavit.
You have a question, Nancy?
One question for Mike.
Mike Hallahan.
Hallahan, yes,
All right,
sorry,
all
I can't read that from. You started, during the regular meeting, you started to ask a question about the letting of contracts, and you were told that this was not the appropriate place to look into that. Do you know what the appropriate place to look into?
I think, no, I can submit that request pretty much at any time, and the finance department has always been good about getting the board the information that any member requests.
So you can go to the full board?
That the full board will get the information at the same time I would get it.
Okay.
It would go out in a mail.
Oh.
Yeah, they've been all extremely cooperative and very helpful with all of my requests.
Except that now what the answers could be seen in a different way.
Possibly.
You have a question?
Is the person that was arrested, that was the head of the finance board, has been replaced by a person that works for him? Is that my understanding?
Not the finance board, the finance department.
Finance department, okay, he was the one that was arrested, and his immediate person under him has taken over. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Wouldn't it seem that this was so rampant and widespread, how could you, if you did not know it was happening, perhaps you were negligent and you shouldn't be put in that
Mr.
position?
Swinkowski is in the affidavit. He was interviewed by the state's attorney's office.
And he's still operating as the,
Still operating in North Haven.
sorry, my question is answered.
I might add that Mr. Swinkowski, as everyone in the room knows, isn't accused of anything, and at the risk of being wrong, I'm not aware that Mr. Palmieri was accused of taking anything. He does have a charge against him.
Well, general
But
You
thuggery, it
should
sounds
read,
like.
you have to read the affidavit before you can comment on it,
Yes.
okay? You cannot comment on it until you've read the affidavit.
It's shocking that you
No
came to
right.
this meeting so unprepared.
Yeah. It's North Haven.
You came to this meeting prepared to brush
Put
it
it
under the
under the rug.
carpet. You haven't even read anything.